Tonight, an officer was wounded simply for doing his job, the job that our community asks them to do each and every day. And while we are happy that he is alive, it's certainly a reminder of the sacrifice that comes with this profession. I'm going to provide you with the preliminary facts that we know right now. Obviously, these are subject to change as the investigation furthers, and then I will have Chief Terry come up and provide some remarks. On Friday, May 8th, 2026, shortly after 10 p.m., the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officers responded to the 6300 block of North Washington Boulevard on a report that a person had been killed, a firearm was involved, and a suspect was still on scene. An officer arrived and began speaking to individuals on scene to determine what had occurred and if anyone was in fact injured. The officer learned no one had been killed, but a disturbance had occurred involving an intoxicated male who was acting erratically while armed with a gun. As officers began speaking to the male, he suddenly started to walk away, telling the officers to shoot him in the back. Officers were attempting to stop him from walking away when he pulled out a gun and fired shots in the direction of officers. At this point, an officer-involved shooting occurred. One IMPD officer was shot. Medics were immediately requested to the scene. The injured officer was transported to the hospital in stable condition by another IMPD officer. The suspect was transported to a local hospital and remains in critical condition at this time. A firearm was located near the suspect. Photos can be viewed with IMPD News, and there are no known injuries to any of the involved community members. The officer who discharged their firearm was equipped with a body-worn camera, which was activated. The Indianapolis Marion County Forensic Services Agency responded to collect potential forensic evidence. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office also responded to assist in the investigation, and the IMPD Critical Incident Response Team is leading the criminal investigation. A separate administrative investigation is being conducted by the IMPD Internal Affairs. As standard procedure in any officer-involved shooting incidents, the involved officer has been placed on administrative leave. Following the criminal investigation, Civilian Majority Use of Force Board Review Board will hold a mandatory hearing regarding the attempted use of deadly force. The police officer support team, the POST team, responded to provide peer support for those involved, and the IMPD chaplains responded to assist those involved on scene. And the IMPD Victims Assistance Units responded. I will now turn it over to Chief Terry for comments.
Every day, our IMPD officers put on their uniforms and leave their families behind to go out and keep our communities and their families safe. Tonight, our officers, part of this community, were attacked. There's no other way to put it. One of our neighbors called 911 because they needed help. They were in danger, and our officers responded to see if they could keep everyone safe, if they could solve the situation. And that's what they do each and every day. That's what this officer was doing tonight when he was shot in the line of duty. This is just a stark reminder of the dangers that our officers face and the things that they're willing to do for the sake of keeping our community safe. This officer, thankfully, is stable, is expected to survive, and hopefully make a full recovery. He will need our support and our community's support as he does that, because this incident was physically injured to him. He's also going to have emotional struggles ahead as a result of this traumatic incident. So is our neighborhood. The neighborhood needs to come together and take care of each other through this difficult time. So he'll be in my prayers and my thoughts as he continues down this journey and this road to recovery. I also think the officers that responded with courage, bravery, and professionalism in an extremely dangerous situation that was rapidly evolving. The first responders that are here at the scene and here at Eskenazi are doing everything they can to ensure our officer makes a full recovery, and I'm thankful for each and every one of them. This didn't have to happen. This was a senseless act. Officers that were just simply trying to do their job, investigate an incident where neighbors called for their help, and somebody took really dangerous actions and attacked our officer. Thankfully, nobody else was injured during this, and I'm convinced our officers saved lives tonight. I'll take any questions.
Can you confirm that the suspect, or if you know any information of the suspect, having a firearm and firing that firearm at officers?
Yes, the suspect was armed and the suspect fired at our officers.
I know you mentioned just how important community is. Situations like these are just like, lack of words, so crazy. What exactly, can be done in situations like this to prevent it? It kind of feels like one of those, just one of those things that just happen.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, the suspect made a choice to pick up a gun and shoot at officers. Make different choices. Put your guns down. Don't shoot at cops. I'm grateful that the neighbors called for help because they were in danger. And our officers intervened, and thankfully, they're going to go home eventually. But not without wounds. But yeah, put the guns down.
Do we know that if the shooter, to my ignorance, do we know if they have any type of mental health issues? Maybe they were said intoxicated, I believe, earlier, unless I'm mistaken. Do they have a history of being a drunkard, an offender, or are they just mentally sick to do something like this? Or is there something that we, public, should maybe know about the...
At this stage of the investigation, everything is very preliminary, so I don't have a lot of information about the suspect's history, but I do preliminarily believe that the suspect was under the influence of some kind of mood-altering substance.
The suspect was a man?
Yes.
We'll take one more.
What kind of, you kind of touched on it, like you said, leave the guns down, not to do it. How can the community support you all in this time? What does that look like right now? Support from the community and our...
Absolutely. First of all, we'll take prayers for our officers. Every officer, not just the one that was shot tonight, but every officer that was involved in this incident is impacted by this. Every neighbor is impacted by this. We'll take thoughts and prayers and positive vibes for our officers. Thank them, support them. Do your part to keep your neighborhood safe. I would say continue to call us when you need us. Walk alongside us to help solve issues in your community. That's what we're here for.